The sun rose over Port Charles with a deceptive warmth, casting golden hues across the harbor. For the residents of the town, this day would be anything but peaceful. Lives would be shattered, sacrifices made, and secrets unearthed. At the center of it all were Drew Kane, Willow Corinthos, and Jason Morgan, three people whose lives had been tangled in ways no one could have predicted. Willow had been on her way to General Hospital with Wiley, running late for his pediatric appointment. As she turned a corner of Van Ness Avenue, she spotted a suspicious figure in a black hoodie standing near the entrance of the hospital. A few seconds later, chaos erupted. Gunfire shattered the morning silence. The assailant pulled out a semi-automatic weapon and aimed it toward the hospital entrance, not randomly, but deliberately. Drew, who had come to meet Willow to discuss a school fundraiser, saw the danger and instinctively ran toward her and Wiley. "Get down," he shouted, pushing Willow out of the line of fire and shielding Wiley with his body. But it was Willow who caught the first bullet. Then Drew took two to the chest. Blood sprayed across the sidewalk. People screamed. Nurses, orderlies, and patients scattered. Within moments, the area was cordoned off as hospital security tackled the shooter. Jason, who had come to check on Carly's test results, heard the gunfire and ran outside, only to find his brother and Willow both motionless on the ground. Inside General Hospital, chaos reigned. Willow was rushed into surgery immediately, while Drew was wheeled into the trauma unit. Blood poured from his wounds. Doctors worked feverishly, pumping his chest, administering adrenaline, intubating him. Elizabeth Weber was by his side, doing everything she could. Finn barked orders, beads of sweat forming on his brow. "He's crashing," shouted Portia. Jason stood just beyond the glass, fists clenched. His stoic mask cracked for the briefest moment. Drew, despite their complex history, was his brother. And Willow, the mother of Michael's children, a part of the Corinthos family Jason had long vowed to protect. "Come on, Drew, fight," Jason muttered. Meanwhile, Carly rushed to the ER with Michael on her heels. She froze at the sight of Drew's blood-soaked body. "No, no, no," Carly whispered, her legs buckling. Jason caught her before she hit the ground. Willow's condition wasn't any better. The bullet had nicked a major artery. She was unconscious, pale, and fading fast. Michael held her hand, tears slipping silently down his face. "Don't leave us," he whispered. "Wiley needs you. I need you." Hours passed. Drew was placed on life support. His injuries had caused massive internal bleeding. He needed an organ transplant, a liver and a kidney, and there were no matches in the National Registry that could arrive in time. Jason sat in the GH chapel, alone, head bowed. Carly joined him, her face drawn. "They said his chances are less than 10% without a donor," she whispered. Jason didn't speak. He saved Willow and Wiley. He didn't hesitate. Jason looked up, his blue eyes cold with resolve. He's always been the better man. Carly's expression twisted in confusion. "What are you saying?" Jason stood. "I'm saying it's time I stop being the one people lose. I can be the reason they live, Carly. If I'm a match, I can save Drew." Her eyes widened in horror. "Jason, no. No. Don't do this. There has to be another way." "There isn't. You said it yourself. He has 10%. Willow might not make it, but Drew still can. And if I can give them a future." "You have a family too," Carly said, her voice breaking. Jason shook his head. "No. My life's been war, Carly. This is how I make peace." Jason quietly underwent testing. He was a rare genetic match for Drew, a biological fluke due to their twin connection. Not just one organ. He could donate both a kidney and part of his liver, but only through full-body extraction after death. He spoke privately with Monica Quartermain and signed legal documents. Monica, devastated, pleaded with him. "I've already lost so many sons. Alan, AJ, Jason before, and now Drew is slipping away. I can't lose both of you." "You won't lose me, Monica," he said softly. "You'll see me in Drew. In his second chance. In Willow's recovery. This is how I come back to this family." Monica wept as she embraced him. Jason also visited Michael and Willow. Willow had regained consciousness for a few moments. Jason didn't tell her everything, only squeezed her hand. "Your kids need you," he whispered. Then Jason made one final stop, to the hospital roof. He stared out over Port Charles, breathing in the night air. Carly found him there. "I should stop you," she said. "You won't." "I can't." They kissed, slow and silent.
A goodbye.
Jason was wheeled into an oar. With Monica's tearful approval and Carly's silent presence in the gallery above, the hospital prepared for a procedure so rare it had never been done at GH under these conditions. Jason Morgan was declared brain dead after a self-inflicted overdose, with his final instructions allowing for ethical full-body organ donation to save Drew and Willow. It was a heroic suicide masked as sacrifice. Inside the oar, the transplant team split, one for Drew, one for Willow. The procedure took 12 hours. The hospital held its breath. Monica didn't leave Drew's side. Michael stayed with Willow. Carly collapsed in Bobby's arms. Elizabeth wept into Finn's chest. And Sonny found a chair in the chapel and didn't move. 2 days later, Drew opened his eyes. Disoriented, pale, but alive. Monica was the first person he saw. "You're safe," she whispered, brushing his hair back. "You're going to be okay." He looked confused. "What happened?" Monica's eyes filled with tears. "Your brother saved you." Drew's heart skipped. "Jason?" She nodded, swallowing her sob. "He's gone." "No." Down the hall, Willow stirred. Michael leaned over her, tears falling again. "You're going to be okay." "Wiley," she whispered.
"He's fine."
You're here, Willow." It took her days to understand. But when she did, when she was strong enough to walk, she went to Jason's memorial wall, freshly engraved with a plaque. Jason Morgan.
Hero.
Brother. Savior. Word of Jason's final sacrifice spread like wildfire. Sam was devastated, especially for Danny and Scout. But she brought them to the Quartermain estate to light a candle in Jason's memory. Danny stared at the flame. "He saved Uncle Drew?" "Yes," Sam said, holding him tightly. "He saved so many people." Liz, once again burying a man she loved, cried with Cameron and Jake. Jake was inconsolable, punching walls, blaming the universe, blaming Jason, blaming himself. Anna and Valentine paid their respects. Nina stood beside Sonny, holding his hand. "He always protected us," she said, "even when we didn't deserve it." "I should have stopped him," Sonny said. "You couldn't," Nina replied. "No one could." Drew's recovery was long and painful, but as his strength returned, so did his sense of purpose. With Jason's liver and kidney keeping him alive, he felt a renewed responsibility. He vowed to change. No more secrets. No more greed. He sold Aurora's media division to fund a Veterans Healing Foundation in Jason's name, the Jason Morgan Legacy Project, aimed at supporting soldiers with PTSD, organ failure, or suicidal ideation. Michael became its first board member. Carly donated $5 million. Monica opened the Quartermain grounds for monthly survivor meetings. Willow, once too fragile to walk, now stood at the helm of GH's new transplant patient counseling center. She named it the Stone Room, for Stone Kates, for Jason, for every life given to save another. Weeks after Jason's death, Monica received a flash drive from Jason's attorney. She gathered Carly, Drew, Michael, Sam, Danny, Jake, Willow, and Scout. On screen, Jason appeared.
Calm. Direct.
"If you're seeing this, it means I made the choice I had to make. Don't blame yourselves. Don't mourn me too long. I never belonged to peace, only the fight. But this time, the fight was to save you." He paused, emotion flickering in his eyes. "Carly, thank you for showing me I could love, even when I forgot how. Drew, you were my second chance. Live like I never could. Monica, Mom, thank you for never giving up on me. To my kids, Danny, Jake, Scout, I love you. I'll always be with you. In the mirror. In your instincts. In the silence before a storm." Jason smiled. "Goodbye." The screen went black. Months passed. Port Charles healed as best it could. Willow and Michael renewed their vows, a quiet ceremony with Wiley and Amelia running barefoot through the grass. Drew stood as best man, Jason's old dog tags around his neck. Sam held Jake's hand. Elizabeth stood by Finn, her grief finally yielding to love again. Carly took a solo trip to the monastery where Jason once found refuge. She lit incense and whispered, "You finally got your peace." And Sonny visited Jason's grave with Donna and Avery. He placed a Corinthos coffee mug beside the tombstone. "To my best enforcer," he said, "rest now, brother." As the sun rose over the harbor once more, it was clear Jason Morgan was gone. But his legacy, in blood, in memory, in sacrifice, would live forever.